Hey guys, so thought I'd just make a very quick video here comparing LG's quad-core bad boy baby versus HTC's new quad-core baby, at least internationally. In the States, the HTC One XS not gonna have a quad-core, but you know, very good dual-core processor, the Snapdragon S4 of course. So, in the HTC One X versus the LG Optimus 4X. Now, it would be nice to have Samsung's new Samsung Galaxy S3 over here. It's probably going to be called that name, quad-core baby, over here with this new Exynos, probably 4412 processor here, but we do know that Samsung wasn't on MVC. Okay, they were though, but they're not gonna announce their best flagship devices there. Dedicated Samsung event coming up pretty soon. Okay, so I'm gonna make a very quick video here, talking a little bit about what I think about these things. PocketLint made a little article where they were comparing it. So, first of all, if you look at the thickness, okay, so there's no doubt here that the Optimus 4X here is going to be the winner, 8.9 millimeters in thickness. Now, I do think that my Samsung Galaxy S2 is like 8.7 or something like that. So, I mean, it's good. And then we have the HTC One X, 9.3 millimeters, so it's a little bit behind, but I mean, it's just like 2 millimeters. It's just this very small difference, and I don't really think that you will notice an incredible difference, but obviously it's cool to have the thinnest device of them all. So Optimus 4X is the best one over there. Now if you talk about the screen, here it's kind of interesting. Both are running on a very big 4.7-inch screen, and that basically means that they are not using the same technologies. The HD IPS 720p displays on both, of course, but HD IPS, that's the technology being used on the Optimus 4X, and the Super LCD is used on the HTC One X, and I'm pretty sure which one is the best, and they PocketLint haven't got their own hands on, comparing it to, side by side, but HD IPS, that's something that Apple's using in their devices, and the Super LCD, I actually think that the HD IPS sounds better, so I assume it's going to be better. So better display here on the Optimus 4X. And then if you talk about the CPU, CPU is very interesting here as well. That they're both running on Tegra 3, 1.5 gigahertz. At least if you have the Europe or international version of the HTC One X, not the US. Okay, so 1.5 gigahertz Tegra 3 quad core on both, so it should be, kind of the same performance because they're running on the same operating system, Android 4.0. So we call it a draw over here, and then the software obviously both running Android 4.0 ICS with their own kind of skin. So if you prefer LG skin, then LG is the winner over here. If you prefer HTC Sense 4.0, then those are the guys that's the winner over here. Now the thing is that I haven't tried any one of them, so I can't really say, so I'm just gonna call it a tie over here as well. And then also here with the camera, so they're using kind of this 8 megapixel camera on both, it's kind of same sensor, but it's a f2.0 lens on the HTC One X. Now the interesting thing here is that HTC have focused a lot on their new smartphones, that they are like camera devices, and the cool thing is that you can basically shoot video in 1080p and take stills at the same time, and also then when you play back the video you can take stills in that video. So obviously HTC One X is the winner over here, but I don't think we got a dedicated, no, we didn't get any dedicated camera button on the HTC One X or any one of those other HTC One phones like the One S and One V. I'm pretty sure about that, and I mean that's kind of like a little disappointing because I mean it's like a camera phone, that's a huge focus, and a camera button is really important. I mean I would love to have that on my Samsung Galaxy Note, that you don't have to touch the screen, because sometimes let's say you want to take a picture of yourself, or let's say you're trying to take a picture from a weird angle, then and you can't like really see the screen or something like that. It's very hard if you don't have that dedicated camera button. So a dedicated camera button, that's something that I would love to see on like all of the smartphones that gets released every year, but yeah, we don't. So then they also have two front-facing cameras, both of the smartphones, but the One X is going to be the winner over there. And then here is also kind of interesting, the storage. So PocketLint are saying that the HTC One X is much better here because first of all you get 32 gigabytes of internal, and then 25 gigabytes of free, Dropbox, 2 years. But the thing with Dropbox is that let's say let's say you don't have internet, something like that, you can't access your stuff. So Dropbox, it's cool that you get 25 gigabyte free, but that's only in the cloud. If you talk about the Optimus 4X, you get 16 gigabyte, but you can expand with a micro SD card. So I assume that you can buy a 64 gigabyte micro SD card. So I would definitely call the Optimus 4X a winner here. But if you aren't going to buy something, if you just want to buy the phone immediately and don't expand something, then the HTC One X is better because it comes with 32 gigabyte. But I would call Optimus 4X the winner here as well. No, I'm not a fanboy. So, okay, so the battery is also kind of interesting. They are boosting the same CPU, kind of the same camera, same OS. Which one's better? Well, the Optimus 4X is the winner over here, 2150 milliamps, and Parkland's saying that that's extremely much, but I'm not really sure if they have, checked out the Galaxy Note with 2500 milliamps and the Droid Racer Max with 3300 milliamps, something like that. And I think that 2150 with quad-core processor, that's okay. That's not extremely good, but it will do. I do though believe that the HTC One X with only 1800 milliamps is a little bit on the small side. Okay, so Optimus 4X winner over here. And then Optimus 4X is winner on the micro SD that you can expand, because micro SD can be like 64 gigabytes big. HTC One X can only go with 25 gigabytes of free in the Dropbox. And yeah, that's basically all of the things that did compare in this video. There are probably a ton of things that you can also talk about, but overall I would say that the LG Optimus 4X, it's a little bit more interesting because it is thinner. It's like a little bit better battery, a little better screen and stuff like that. So yeah, it seems like the Optimus 4X is going to be the winner over here. But what I do believe is that yeah, I think that Samsung Galaxy S3 is going to kill both of these, so it's going to be fun to see if it's going to be the same thing as the thing that happened last year when the Samsung Galaxy S2 came out and did kill the Optimus 2X. Yeah, we will see about that in the future. What do you think? Do you think I'm a fanboy right now? Do you think the One X should have been the winner? Tell me that in a comment below. See you.